Today we are going to try my riskiest bloom painting yet. 2 separate blooms on one canvas. We are going to push an easy hairdryer technique to the max and hopefully make something beautiful. Oh, might wait until the end to see how it turned out. I was really struggling with the subject for today's tutorial, and I thought let's have a look at some of my leftover paints. Maybe that would trigger some ideas. I've noticed that I've got quite a few purples left, and I do have a darker purple as well. These are all the leftover bits from my big bloom, the one with purples and pinks and yellow. And thank you so much for your lovely comments regarding it. It found a loving home in America. I've done single, big, huge blooms on a canvas, and I do like them. I was thinking, is it possible to create more than one bloom on a canvas? So I thought that's a good challenge. These are my thoughts for today. So this was violet. This is velvet purple. I haven't mixed pearl lilac, but I am intending to because I want something lighter. Have some gold. And now for the background color. I came across this. It's a huge tub of pearl space grey. I've been mixing it here with a touch of white. I thought the sort of silvery grey will go very well with purples. All right, canvas. So 30 by 40. So this is the light metallic purple I mixed. Of course, it's super thick. I'm going to water it down. What we have in each one of them: 1 part of paint, at the moment 2 parts of floral. See how thick? It does require some water. I do have water with PVA glue, pre-mixed one, 50-50 or even a bit more. I can spray some regular water as well. Very vibrant. Very small build-up now. Runs off the stick really nicely. Containers up. First thing we'll be applying some of this silver, let's call it grey, towards the edges. But I want to check. At the moment, trying to create a frame for the other colors to glide. Also, I wasn't sure if I want this in the middle because it's quite dark. Well, I'm excited because I honestly don't know what to do next. Feel a bit of adrenaline. I wouldn't jump out of a plane. I don't even like roller coasters. Okay, I'm procrastinating now. I am. Let's do some planning now. If I want one blossom here, maybe a bigger one in the middle, maybe, and another one somewhere here, I have to start with the ones that are the furthest and they are most hidden. I am going to apply some paint here. I mean, I could theoretically add a very thin layer of this grey here because this one is going to be the darkest. So let me put this one in the middle first. Why am I starting with the lighter? The only reason being that I don't want the grey to be seen so much. So now I'm going to put this one on top. And this is my darkest. What type of petals do I want? Well, the first move with the hairdryer will tell me if I'm doing anything right or not. I just looked at the gold. I'm very tempted. A tiny amount of gold here. A little bit. That's it. Newest edition. The monster number 2. Okay, so we've got cold air and not the strongest flow. Okay, if you're wondering what is this, it's okay. I want this one hidden. However, I'm going to add a couple more petals here. Add a bit of this pink to the rest now because what can I do? There's something I don't like about this part, and I've lost all the gold. Well, okay, this is exactly what I wanted. I know you probably think, no, that's horrible. I do have a plan, and that's what I wanted here. Oh, whoa! Cute, cute, cute. What do I want the other one? Somewhere at the bottom. I'm not going to apply the third one. I'm going to apply two, and then I'm going to wait for them to dry, because I think this is going to be much more effective, because I want those to be blurred in the distance, and then I want one big in the middle, so I can sort of shape the petals a little bit more. If there is a third one, then this section doesn't matter at all, in a way. In the end, I'm going to use the small flower because I want this one more controlled. I forgot about gold, and I do like this one here on purple. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Do you see the difference? Yes, I added the lighter on top, so it looks very different. It does look strange. If you are new to my channel, you'll probably be surprised, but I collect all the paint. Why? Because I use it for another painting. And that's why I've got those interesting colors pre-mixed. Never know what might be useful next time. And of course, as an art teacher, I am allergic to wasting paint. I always love trying something new in art. So I thought, what if I put my Frisket paper on the painting, draw directly here to see which parts I want to use for later. And I'm going to do some lilies because those patterns indicate that the petals should be rather sharp, in my opinion. So now I'm going to cut it out. This flower is really rough. There's no detail here. Only indicates where I want the petals to go. Don't worry about the crude drawing. It's not going to be seen at all because all we're going to see is the pattern anyway. Now I can stick it down again. I'm going to cut this little stem because it's covering my future petal. Let me cover this with Frisket. Maybe I can figure out on the spot what to do. First of all, I'm going to decide on the center. Okay, I'll keep playing. I'll show you the final design because I'm sure I'll be rubbing off and rubbing off. I think I rubbed it off like 10 times, but it's nice to utilize what you have. So it was much smaller, but then I thought, well, why don't I use this light shape here that I have and make it a bit like this? So the right side is a bit heavy. Composition wise, I am going to add a bud here. I wonder if something like that. Oops. But first I'll cut this one out. If I change it a bit, absolutely fine. This goes back. I added some tape because it was quicker. So I'm blocking all the sections that I want my blossoms to go, and yeah, we've got one bud. My plan was different, but the painting sort of led me towards this, so that's what we are doing. I'll spray gently, then I'll come and peel it off and see if I want it any darker. I'm going to use this paint. It's a quick drying one. I think I oversprayed it a little bit. You see those little dots everywhere? A bit of pink and purple, but now I'm adding even darker purple with a sponge to make it more uneven. Since I've got my flowers covered, I can do whatever I want here now. Lightening the edges a bit. But that's probably it. I'm going to peel it off and see what happened. I know we can't really see what's going on. I mean, partially. Those little lines will help me greatly because I will be shading some sections. I want to see which goes where. So I am planning these petals like that. Do like that gold here. And at an angle, you see that the petals are actually sort of, gold is sprinkled all over the petals. This one, obviously, is over the stem. Slowly recovering the missing sections. I picked a lighter paint because it's going to be light in real life. So curved here. And this one is going to be way lighter as well. You see, that's the edge that was grey, but now I'm going to paint over with some purple. So this is absolutely the darkest violet purple I've ever seen. It is so dark, and that's the one I used actually on the painting. So I am going to use it now to make the sections, the darkest sections. So obviously the stem here, I want it underneath, I want it hidden. Those paints are very well pigmented. I got them years ago from my artscape, and I still have them. It's because of the, you know, how well pigmented they are. They actually do a very good job. I'm very big on improvements, and every single week with all of my classes, because for those of you who don't know, I'm an art teacher by day and a YouTube creator at night. Yes, so all of my classes, we do it regularly. Every single week we discuss their works, we talk about what could be improved, and then I always tell them, go back, improve it, and now I'm going to improve your final level. And all those little changes will make a huge difference at the end when you sort of think, plan. The beauty of working with the pour, it's that you don't have to do all the sections. You kind of see what to tweak, what to change, and bit more intuitive. And now I'm going petal by petal, outlining it. As usual with me, this is the source of light from here, so this part is going to be lighter, as we can see on top of the open flower and this side of the bud. Therefore everything here needs to be lighter. I start with the darker color, and then I'm going to add the lightest one that I have on top. By the way, I might mix it even with white if I think that requires a lighter coverage. I try to do it with almost dry paint. What do I mean by dry? With paint without water, because the watery one kind of doesn't cover that well. And yeah, even now, after, you know, a very short time, we can see that something is going on, something is changing here. I am going to add the stigma and the anthers. I'm using titanium buff because I want to see it better. This is going to be the stigma. This is the thickest part, something like that. And once this is dry, I am going to coat it with gold. So now basically we'll have those little ones, and they could be overlapping, much thinner. And now the little ones here will be probably a little bit more messed up. They will go in various directions. The beauty of painting on a dry background, huh? Fixable. This won't be really seen. You need your brush rather wet, because otherwise it won't glide nicely. They're very annoying when you have lilies at home. They just make such a mess. So I usually cut them off as they start, you know, dropping pollen everywhere. Whichever way you feel they should go, that's fine. There's no right or wrong. They keep turning. These should be easier. They are sort of more all together, and they'll be kind of standing up. And we can still see this beautiful gold underneath. That was so important. I'm going to try and darken those sections. I'll try magenta, I'll try some purple. There's quite a lot of detail now coming, but I am enjoying it. Once I'm finishing the painting, I really enjoy the final touches, because I think that makes a huge difference. Touch of gold. Might go a little bit thicker, definitely on the endings. I want those pollen sections to be more 3D. All my other blossoms are in America now. I wonder where this one will go. Thank you so much for all your love, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your lovely comments for my work. And I often say that I do apologize if I don't answer all of them, but I do read them. I am pretty busy during the day. I work at school, so yeah. I think the 2 blooms actually worked pretty well in the end. I'm pleased to see that. But maybe I'll try 3 blooms, hairdryer blooms one day, who knows. There we are. If you enjoyed this one, please let me know in the comments. And I would really appreciate if you click the like and subscribe button if you haven't. And also don't forget to check out my Patreon for extended versions of my tutorials. This original piece is now for sale on my website abcreativeofficial.com along with my other original art. Thank you so much for watching and see you all next week. Bye bye!